Hello, my name is Josh Rudloff. I have a Etsy page called Furious Facades, and I make cosplay and lighting fixtures. All of it's 3D printed, and I use a lot of Creality products. So when I heard they were coming out with a CR-30 uh, belt printer, I was super excited. And I've always enjoyed Naomi Wu's channel, and I saw that she was spearheading this thing, and um, I backed it as soon as I could. I was an early adopter, and or I got the early bird special, and I just got one of the first batches of CR30s, and so I thought it'd be neat to do a unboxing video because there's not too many of these out. But this is the official what they're shipping out product, so is a it'll be good to show. Um, so let's get started. The unit came packed very well. Uh, like most of the Creality products I bought, they pack it in with really good foam, and I've never had any issues with shipping or damage of the products arriving. It is pretty heavy. The UPS guy looked annoyed when he was getting it out of the truck. Um, so we had some instructions. We got a decent little spool of filament, and still a baby spool, but it's way better than the just bundle of filament they send out with most of these printers, which isn't even enough to print the test print that comes on the chip. We got nuts and bolts; they're all labeled very well. Um, you, uh, we got some extra parts. It came with a memory chip and USB reader. I can always use more of those. 8 gigs is more than enough. I've had some in the past that come with like a 512, and it'll fill up with prints pretty quick. But 8 gigs, I'll probably keep that one. I'll probably format it before it ever gets close to getting filled up. Creality Wi-Fi box. I already have one of these, and I haven't got to try it out very much, but just because it doesn't work well with how I uh, do things from my desktop, transferring the files over to my phone and slicing them on the app hasn't quite. I haven't figured it out yet. I need to, or maybe they'll add more features to it. Just the ability to do it uh, from Windows would be wonderful. Um, the unit it is a little heavy, and so I had to set down the phone while I attempted to pull all this out of the box. The two units are connected uh, with cables, and so you got to get it all out at once. I probably should just flip the box over and pulled it off of it instead of doing what I did, but uh, I only almost took out the chandelier. It's but the chandelier survived, and I was able to get it out. I'll probably speed part of this video up and cut some of it out just because it's uh, at least some of the screw ups. I put the two rails on backwards and had to take them off and put it on. The only tiny issue I ran into was you have to I didn't understand you had you had to loosen the extruder motor to get the rail under it. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. Just you don't have to take it off. Just back it out enough to where it's loose, and then you can get the rail under it. And then I'll just run through this little time lapse. Uh, the instructions were actually really good. I thought they were better than other 3D printers I've got. Even like the Ender 3 I got about 3 years ago did not have much in the way of instructions, and so this one impressed me a lot. They're very well written. They made sense. All the nuts and bolts were labeled well, and I was able to understand what I was doing. The unit itself is just incredibly sturdy. It's probably over-engineered some. That's what a lot of the other guys were talking about. I watched a bunch of videos of discussions and and agree with them. This thing is just bulletproof. It it's probably like a 20 minute. It should be like a 20 minutes to put together. It took me a little longer just because I messed up a little bit, but um, if you put your rails on right the first time and you loosen the extruder motor, you'll get you'll have no problems getting this in 20 minutes. I do recommend a well-lit environment when you're trying to level it. I I got kicked out of the kitchen, and I tried to level it in my office, which doesn't have as much light, and it was really challenging. The the shim is easy to drop into the little crevice, and then you got to shake it out of the machine, and I might do another video just for the leveling, just because I had trouble getting the instructions to work from some other videos, but I was able to get it leveled. So I'll show you what I did and tell you how they suggested to do it. Um, but that's it for putting it together, getting it unboxed and put together. And thank you for checking out my video.